don't even know where to start, what would be, for you or personally, your advice, the first steps to kind of breaking into creating your own web series?
Kind of like Crystal just said, definitely do something you're passionate about. Find something that you not only really, really love, but something that you want to spend hours upon hours upon hours working on. Even if you have to, for instance, learn how to edit, which is what I did when I was creating my very first web series. You have to have a passion for it, and it has to be deep and abiding, like a marriage. So that would be my first suggestion, to find something that you really, really, really want to dedicate a significant portion of your life to. After that, a good script, if it's assuming it's not like reality based, a good script, whether you're a writer or finding a good writer, that's probably after the passion, after the desire to spend 80 hours a week working on something, having a good project, that's key. And maybe one more. I would suggest finding not just a crew, but people who also want to help and support you in your endeavor. Finding people you can lean on. When you want to quit, you're going to need someone who says no. You can't quit right now, and you have to keep going. Those are some of the secrets.
Shannan, you have experience in putting together a web series on a tight budget. And I mean, I think we all probably experience this. Nearly on a daily basis, aren't you getting asked, hey, can you help go, Indiegogo my series, or can you help, crowdfund my series? But because it's not cheap. It's not exactly cheap to make a quality series. What are some tips that you could share with the audience for those who want to make their own series but have a very limited budget?
Specifically, because while I've been crew and actor on a lot of web series, I have not actually created my own, and I'm about to. I stuck with short films and features, mainly because there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the series can be one season, and it can be, what are you up to, 6? 5, maybe. Sorry, 5. Wishful thinking. So for that, the money aspect is such a huge parameter, because you need to know where you're going to start. From a production side of it, are you going to do non-union? Are you going to do union? That is going to be a tipping point, as Crystal can speak to, on a very massive scale as to how much financial you need. So there's that element. But Caryn already, she really hit on the point. You have to have a crew. You have to have a tribe that is going to show up, that is going to stick past the 12-hour mark. Because I'm going to tell you, people who say they shoot in 8 hours, with the exception of Crystal can rap faster than anybody I know. I had lots of sleep on your set. It was fantastic. But it's not typical. You're looking for long days, long hours, and if you're not doing it with a cast that you love, that are dedicated, if you don't do it with a crew that you love that's dedicated, it's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you more in post. It's going to cost you more if your actor isn't doing their job for whatever reason. It's going to cost you, because reshoots are not cheap. So I hope that answers your question.
Well, yeah, that's all it was like her input on it.
What I've learned is, I agree with both of you wholeheartedly. You really have to clean your space. And by that I mean you need to get rid of people around you who, when you say, I want to make a web series about a penguin with one wing, they go, "You're damn right you do." And nothing else. There can't even be a little nothing else. You gotta get rid of that, because what you have around you is what you're going to bring into your life. Okay? So it has to be not about the money, because it ain't all about the money. It has to be about why you want to do this, why it's important to you. Because that's the thing that's going to get you up in the morning and make you work those 80 hours and learn how to edit. And trust me, there's so much. I never wanted to, I'm a math geek, and I never wanted to be like that person sitting there doing budgets and finances, and now I'm fucking great at it. I am, and because I had to sit there and make myself do it. So, you know, that's your passion, but the why you want to do something is the main thing, and having the right people around you who are going to say, yes, make the Penguin web series. It's a good idea.
Well, I'm going to stick with you, Crystal, because you came from a very different kind of production world, and then you went and created something very new and exciting by combining soaps and the fairly new medium of web series at the time. What have been some of the defining moments for you on this creative journey?
Well, defining in that, you know, when we started, we sold product, and immediately the fans said, yes, we want to see this. They funded every season. So that was certainly a big hello. I think, like I just spoke about, I have learned by failing so much. And falling on my face, and you know, I think I finally made money in 2016, and it took me a long time to figure out that business model by losing and failing and feeling like, oh God, this is never going to happen. How do I make this work? So, but something in my gut said, I went to and hired a business coach because I realized I don't know crap about business, even though I'm a numbers geek. The strategy, the marketing, I didn't know how to do this, and I was totally self-doubting myself. I was in a place where I really felt like it's now or I'm going to end it. So I hired a business coach, and I said to her, I need to know if there's something here, otherwise this is going to be it. And she sat with me, and I've been working with her since the fall of 15. But in a matter of 6 months, I got my confidence back because I let it go. I let everything else bother me. I made the idea of success something other than really what it means in my heart, and the why I was doing it. So I think probably in 2015 I was at my lowest with this, and I just figured I needed help with something really important, and it really was about surrounding myself with people who said, yes, you can. You're forgetting who you are. And you're all brilliant, so you got brilliant stuff inside of you. It's just a matter of you can do this. And you can raise the money. It's pretty amazing what happens when you really start to believe, you know, and the energy that comes at you. And then all of a sudden, maybe you don't have all the money in the world. Maybe it's, hey, you can use my house. I always tell people, do not offer me things because I'm going to use them. Hey, I want to help you. Okay, well, you're going to work 14 hours sometimes. But, you know, that's what you want. And I don't know if I'm rambling, but believe in yourself. It's really, 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 really important to not forget who you are.
So you're saying there's going to be things along the way that will try to kind of, you know, get in your way with focus, like maybe make you doubt yourself, but then you found a resource, right? You found somebody that can help you, and that gave you mojo back. Right. So don't be afraid to find these resources, and there's lots of resources out there. Like if you don't know how to sound edit something, or if you don't know how to do, you know, how to create a spreadsheet, there's all sorts of things that you can go and do. It's just going to take time and a little energy on your end, but if it helps you put yourself in where Crystal has found herself, then, you know, just, you have these things at your fingertips.
Oftentimes it's the things that I dread doing the most that once I figure it out, I go, oh. And it just sort of fires me up, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna add that to my resume. So just, you know, whenever we all have those chores, those things where you feel like, oh, I gotta do this, but, you know, if you accomplish it, how amazing is that? And that's just one more great thing about you.
What do you think are some of the challenges that are unique to doing a show like Venice or Tangled with You versus say a scripted television production? Like what are the unique things that you deal with in your medium?
I can't speak to the studio system because I have a day job and I do this on my weekends and nights. But I can tell you about just maybe general production. Well, general production in studios and anything with a budget, they have money. And anything that I'm doing is typically shoestring. So a lot of the times, even though I'm the director and I'm supposed to be there and focus on the one thing, a lot of the times I'm also setting up crafty. Sometimes I have to hold the boom. Like there are things that they would never do. Like if a director went and picked up a sandbag or something, I think everyone would like they don't do that. But I'm really hands-on and I want to get things done really, really swiftly. Like I shoot a lot of pages in the day, and it's very, very difficult to do when you only have a few people on set. My sets are usually 4, 5, maybe 7 if I've gotten a friend to come and help with art direction or something like that. And if I see, I see tape on the floor, I have to remove that. I can't, how long it's going to take for me to find someone to move something that I can move in like 5 seconds. So it's just like being much more hands-on for me than they would ever be in many other positions in anything with a big budget or any size budget.
Well, I have to say, I've worked with, you'd be amazed at all the people who miss things, because they won't get up and pull the table to the floor, so good for you.
Okay.
Directors, I did a scene once on a soap and they forgot to roll sound.
Now I've done that, but that's because I was supposed to press the power button.
That's because you were busy setting up craft services.
Yes.
Tape.
Yes.
And there were 3 people who forgot to roll sound.
Wow.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to piggyback. But how many of you guys are filmmakers of any sort? No.
I went to film school.
Films, hey, that's great. Okay. Seriously, I can't tell you because I work in both. When I first AD on a union set, it's all about time. I gotta keep your set running, right? I gotta know that you've got 10 shots still and you are nowhere near making it. On a union set, I can help facilitate. I can sit in there and I can jump and I can go, okay, if we change the camera angle here, and we do this, it'll help us. And on a union set, you can't do that. It's one of the many reasons that I have not picked this is what I want to do. And actually, you actually said it to me over lunch once. You said, what do you like to do? And I said, Crystal, I like to do it all. And you said, you're a filmmaker. And I still, whenever anybody asks me that is what I say now. Because I don't want to not pick up that piece of tape or roll sound or whatever. And I think that that's what's so exciting about this ClexaCon thing and just being with other female and male, just passionate content creators. Being with you guys because it's hard, and I mean, Caryn said it, and you've now said it. There is an element where you get a ton of rejection, you doubt yourself, your ideas sound great in the moment, and then you gotta walk away and come back and you're like, wow, that's actually a really good idea, I need to pursue that. I like that one-winged penguin. When people can support independent filmmakers, or bigger than that, because indie is such a loose term now, it helps us so immensely. You do not even know what a little like means, what a little, you got this, I'm gonna watch whatever you do. It means so much, and I think that's the difference between a union or a big budget television series, any of that, because then it's about money 9 times out of 10. Sure, there's a great idea behind it, but on our level, on this, we're doing it because of the heart, because of you, and because we love it, which is all heart.
As lovers of web series, as fans, what do you need from your fandom that maybe isn't necessarily financial? But you touched on this a little bit, but what could these folks, these amazing, lovely folks here, be doing to help promote the shows that they're working so very hard on?
Jump right in there. Go see it, support it. $1.99 to rent on Vimeo, on Amazon, on whatever. A like, a retweet, any of it. It's so insignificant to, I think I paid $12 for coffee in the casino and a juice today. It really is make or break, because 9 times out of 10, I know for Caryn and I think it's a little different on a budget level, because I don't have a Venice budget, but there is, that funds our next project. Your word of mouth gets 2 more people that are like, hey, what are you guys doing? And I'm gonna tell you, I interact with every single person on Twitter, on Instagram, I suck at Facebook, don't even try to find me, because I can't find myself. But it really makes a difference, and then it connects us to people. I would not have met you if not for social media with Carol, and I don't even, oh, there she is. So, yeah, I don't know how you found me.
You auditioned.
I auditioned.
Old-fashioned.
Right? In a room.
There was no stalking.
Right.
I do remember that room. Well, all of you are working on projects with communities that tend not to get the attention they deserve. LGBT, women of color, women over 45.
I'm sorry, that said 35, I haven't missed it.
But do you find that web series gives you the sort of freedom and platform that you haven't really been able to have before?
Oh, totally. I mean, look, you know, you're a woman in Hollywood, you hit 29 and you're starting to age out there. Yeah, I mean, and even on soaps, you have a little bit of a longer life, but there's still that, you know, passing of the baton. And there isn't a lot out there for women in their late 40s and 50s, and so yeah, it's a wonderful platform to be able to still perform and do the kind of stuff that I want to do. Absolutely. And there's nobody telling you you can't, or you're too old, or your forehead's too big, or your knees are too fat. And,
I think we're talking to my mom.
no. What people have said to me in my career, I'm like, oh, shut up. But you know, it's just interesting to have that freedom to be able to do what you want to do.
Both of you.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, it is awesome. It is great. A lot of the things that I create because I don't see myself on TV and in film. I still like, oh, good plug. My short is screening tomorrow. One way you can support is to come and check that out. Brandon and the Monosexuals. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, there are no characters like Brandon in media. I think the closest character might be someone like Lena Waite. And even that's different, just because we are all so very, very different. And it doesn't have to be specific. It doesn't have to be, what I'm looking for in entertainment is not necessarily, you know, someone who reads a book in a day. You know, I don't need that specific, but I would like to see someone who dresses like me, someone who wears their hair like me, someone who has the same relationship with their mother. You know, that's what I want. I want my life to be normal. You know what I mean? On television, and I don't want it to be weird. I don't want, when I see a black queer woman, I don't want to see the same thing we've been seeing over and over, and then she dies at the end of it. You know, I want to see something unique and something that that tells a part of my story. That's all. So yeah, I love the freedom of being able to do that, and I am going to soak in it as long as I possibly can. Not that I don't want the big budget, but what comes with the big budget is people telling you what to do, and how to do it, and when to do it, and who to do it with.
And the lesbian has to die at the end.
And the lesbian has to die. You know? Right. So yeah, I love doing it, and that's why I do it, and the freedom is amazing.
with like all of this diversity and all of this male-male kissing and female-male kissing and transgender, why do we have to see it? Just don't push it in my face. And I literally had to stop and look at them and go, because for those people, seeing that is not being pushed in their face. It's what you see every time a man and a woman kiss on screen. And I come from a psychology background, and we all have mirror neurons. I wrote an entire paper on how mirror neurons fire whether we are engaged in the activity itself or we are watching it. And to me, until that dynamic shifts, and until we all can just enjoy our entertainment for the sake of what it is, entertainment, and yes, we push the envelope, and yes, we want to tell other stories. The fact that Black Panther is doing as well as it is not because it's a Black story. It's a community story with strong men and women. And so for me, web series, that's still a safe place to do it. The problem with that is it is a safe place niche that person who said that doesn't have to go see it. So until that dynamic changes, that to me is not fair or more equal, and I do think that there are places that are trying to change that. I know Reeve is trying to change that. I know Amazon is making more queer content, even though maybe they're missing the boat. But again, you have to tell them. Marvel, the head of Marvel, sat at Comic-Con, not last year, the year before, the female CEO, and said, if you want something, you have to tell us. So please, sorry to get on a soapbox all of a sudden, but tweet. It is not unheard. Instagram, post, dress as whoever you like. Don't be afraid. I know I can't go there. There's someone in the White House who shouldn't be, but with that being said, don't be afraid, because together, the fact that ClexaCon is happening, we can change that dynamic between web and television or any of that. So, thank you.
I can tell you what she's saying is absolutely true. You have changed the course of pop culture in the last few years by what you have said online. Literally changed storylines by what you have said online. You have had a huge impact. I think the queer fandom never realized the power they had until Lexa died. And then all of a sudden, it was like, here we go, we are this force. And now, I mean, as a person in entertainment, like I know some secret stories. But I'm just telling you, you have changed the course of action for quite a few minutes. Because I get the impression that some people are here to see Crystal. Crystal, we know the new season of Venice is in the works. Tell us everything.
Well, yeah, we're doing season 6. We're shooting next spring, actually, in New York, New Jersey. Going back to Jersey. And it's what I'm hoping to do, what I'm planning to do is to take a very small cast. The 2 ladies are married, and it's going to be, instead of a drama and all of that stuff, it's going to be a rom-com. I'm going to turn it into a romantic comedy, because there's no threat of these women engaging. Because I think we need to laugh. I think we need to create a new normal. And those 2 things are good enough, really. But yeah, I mean, that's where my heart is, and that's where I want to go with it. So we're shooting next spring, and yeah, I'll be letting you guys know what's going on.
I wanted more.
I haven't written. I've written a season for New Orleans, but it's not quite gonna. I've changed location, so I have an idea, but
I get it. Next.
there's gonna be love scenes and kissing and New York delis.
I heard about brunch.
Are you gonna
Brunch is the word of ClexaCon. All right, so before I turn it over to all of you, I want to know, Caryn and Shannan, what are you both working on now, and like, how can we find you? Like, just tell us, because we want to support you. Tell us where to go, what to do.
I have 2 web series online and a short film already. I'm on YouTube, Hardly Working TV. I have a web series, Entangled with You, drama comedy, and another web series, Breaking Point. It's a little older. And Shannan is in Entangled with You. She's amazing. It's Jen. Breaking Point, which is a soapy drama, and a short film, which is very, very dramatic. And currently I'm working on a feature film. I am writing it. I hope to shoot it within the next calendar year, and you will hopefully see it soon. The short, like I said, is playing tomorrow at 1:30 in the 3rd Shorts block, and it's called Brandon and the Moundsexuals. And we're on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff.
Or is it on your site?
YouTube. I mean, there is a site, but it's still streaming from YouTube. So, yeah.
We actually just released The Visit, which was an LGBT. My production company, Believe It Entertainment, and it's BELEEVE, because it's a combination of 2 names. It's awkward and typos happen a lot. It's a mistake. But if you check it out there, we just dropped The Visit. It was a short film that we actually conceptualized in 6 weeks, shot, cast, edited, and delivered just to give the lesbian protagonist a happier ending. So check it out. It's on Amazon Video. It's also on Vimeo on demand. And all of our content is there as well. We're going to start shooting a short film, kind of Black Mirror-ish, the idea of technology and what it's doing to us, in May. And we're shooting a connection kind of thing towards older generation. Both of the females are in their 50s and 60s, I believe, in Italy in October. And then another film that it's about a dying art, about a bitch actually, because that's apparently a dying art because of technology, like so many things. So we're not going away anytime soon, and of course I'm always open to collaborating. So please reach out, and I wear many hats, and I love what I do. So any day that I get to do it is a good day.
All right, so I'm sure you guys have some questions. So, and you can ask about Venice.
Can I just, is it this spring or next spring?
It's next spring. Jessie had her baby in October, and so they worked very hard to get that baby. So she's, that's not what I meant, but I hope they did. Very hard. But yeah, so she wants to take the year and spend it with her kid, and we'll get back to work next spring. I have a cooking show that's involves alcohol that I'm shooting in June. That's also going to be on our Vimeo page, but it's coming, season 6.
I'd like to know when you filmed season 6, is it possible for Dot Jones to be back on the show? And she totally did not tell me to ask you that.
Yeah, I love Dottie. I knew Dottie. I've known Dottie for 20-some years.
She said 30.
I'm not that old. She said 30. I'm so going to get her for that. No, yes, of course. Stella.
She totally told me to ask you. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to have her come back. Okay, well, now she's in the script. Tell her I said yes.
This is where the magic happens. Go ahead.
We were wondering what soap it was that you had to rip the tape off the floor.
Which soap?
Yeah.
I haven't had to rip the tape off. Well, we've all done that. Toward the end, I mean, honestly, Guiding Light, toward the end of Guiding Light, we were doing everything. We were pushing the cart across the field because we couldn't, every shot could have the same actor, or different actors in it. It was like, so we had to move around the lake and push the cart, all of us.
Spill that soap tea.
It's totally like nothing, very glamorous. And yeah, I mean, we shut the door. You're not supposed to do things. Props, design, set design is supposed to shut doors. I mean, we're just running out of time because you had to meet an out time because of budget. So there were a lot of things toward the end of the broadcast soap where we were doing a lot of the work. I got brought in once to do I Can't Believe It's Not Butter spot. My character came in. I said, I don't have a script. He goes, no, you're just going to spread some butter on the bagel. I was like, let me work on that. And I'm not kidding. So even on big budget stuff, and we still had a budget compared to your web series, we were doing a lot of the work.
That is by far my favorite margarine, however. Questions? Yeah, go ahead.
My question is more film-oriented. Whenever you're on a shoestring budget for whatever you're working on at the time, whether it's big or small, how do you keep your tribe of people that are truly behind you, motivated, when they are also barely kind of being fed financially sometimes and through work at other times?
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Caryn and I share the same birthday. I'm just gonna throw this out there, and like literally this happens all the time. We are twins from another mother. Anyway,
Yes.
Or father.
So if we're twins.
I don't know, Caryn. I'm not smart.
She's very smart. I would definitely say ask Shannan, because she stayed for 3 seasons of Retained, and I don't know why. But I would think treating them well is the most important thing. Say thank you. If you try your damnedest with the food, feed them well, and try to get them out when they say they need to be out. Like, I think you came in one day and was like, I have 2 hours or something like that because you had a flight. And I was like...
Well, and it was a reshoot or something, so it was literally, it wasn't a reshoot, but something had shifted, and you're like, can you? And I was like, I've got 2 hours. And I'm not, she did it.
Yeah.
And you've done
keep
some
your word.
excellent-
Keep your word is very, very, very important. And hopefully, cross your fingers, pray if you're into that thing. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I am very passionate about this point. One, have a good script. I kept coming back because I loved what Jen was. Hashtag Jen is trouble, because it was just so much fun. And anything that Caryn asked, I would do. 2, I know every single person's name on my set, whether it's mine being run, whether I'm working it or whatever. And I will tell you, Ava DuVernay has said the same thing, other directors have said the same thing. Your crew will be there if they know that you are valued. Because the moment you take them for granted, it's an ego thing, guys. We all just want to do a good job, right? And being trusted to do the job that we have been entrusted to. And 3, don't ever ask anybody something that you're not going to do yourself. I just did Crazy Bitches with Jaden Clark, and Maren Hessler from Riley Para, lead actress, mind you, was out on the grass with me picking up dog shit because our PAs and our crew, I'm sorry, I said shit, our dog poo. Where's the censor? Okay, we're all adults here, right? And we picked up crap and we cleaned the pool because apparently there was no pool cleaner in this like rich fancy house because the pool cleaner did that, the guy did. So yeah, I mean those are the 3 things and works for me.
I don't really have anything to add. I think those are all very good things. Keep your word, treat people well, show appreciation for what they do and how hard they're working, acknowledge that. Good story. We'll keep people coming back.
We have time for a couple more. Anybody else?
Hi, Crystal. I have a question for you about the IT aspect. There were a lot of years that you posted the show on VeniceSeries.com, and now you moved over to Vimeo. Was there a specific reason for that? Was it monetary? Was it IT? What was the...
It was both. It was both. When we started in 2009, the whole, at the time, and I don't know if it's still this way, it was all about getting traffic to your site. And then people would sell the site, and yada yada. So we really felt like we had to have the show on the site, and it was just, we had to jerry-rig it, basically, because there wasn't anything there. There wasn't a package at these companies, streaming companies. So we had like 5 or 6 different companies that we were using to hold this thing together, and even then, it would crash the site, so you had to build a bigger site, and it just became this like snowballing thing, the sound, rolling the sound, we didn't turn on ComScore, and it was like, well, when did I spend all this money? We didn't have any traffic numbers. So, and it just really became so costly. It was running upwards of $36,000 a year to put that together, just the IT part of it. So, and I just thought, I went to Vimeo because they have great customer service. That was one of the first things, to see what they would get back to me and talk to me. I've been on the phone with Vimeo, I've been on the phone with PayPal. I mean, if you're not gonna call me back, I'm not gonna do business with you. So, and it's a great, I think, easy to use platform, and I can store a lot of stuff there. I mean, it just took care of a lot of problems, I think, and it's a great revenue split. Vimeo gives the content creator 90%. So, unlike other platforms. So it was a little bit of IT and, other stuff.
Anybody else? So I feel personally that Venice was kind of created out of frustration of the previous storyline that you and Jessica were in. Do you feel like you got satisfaction now? And do you feel like there was something that maybe could have made the ending of that other story more satisfying for you?
Yes, to both, absolutely. I do feel satisfied that we were able to, show that kiss that didn't happen on network, and watch these 2 women get married. And I would have loved to have seen something happen. I mean, I guess the best thing about the end of Guiding Light for Italia was that we did get to see them flashing forward, I think it was like 10 years, and they were still, or was it a year? I don't remember. It feels like it's been, I don't know. I'm only 35, so I can't think that good. So you don't have to laugh so hard. There you go again. Anyway, I would have loved to have seen more, but I knew that was my frustration. I knew that wasn't going to happen. And my concern was, honestly, had the show continued, that one of us would have died, or something would have happened that would have just really made me even angrier than what happened, how it actually ended. So I'm grateful that it ended the way it did.
Well, I want to thank the 3 of you. You have so much knowledge and so much experience. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your expertise with us. And thank you to all of you that came here and sat in this panel. And are you having a good time at ClexaCon?
Thank you so much, Shannan, Caryn. It was so lovely to meet you. I can't wait to watch your shows. Give it up for Dana. Okay.